it is. The crown of Carsus, the site of power, the site of domination.
We need to use the netherstones on the crown. That is our fated path. Face. The one in my dreams.
That's all that matters.
Got to focus.
No holding back.
I won't give in.
I am fury. I am death.
Where do I go from here?
Time to strike. The Emperor is down. This is your end.
Come on, can't stay idle.
Impero City.
No choice but to keep going.
This is my time.
Subjugate.
This is my time. Two steps at a time.
Can't even catch my breath. Still breathing, despite everything. On my way. So much for peace.
Keep it up! Just have to hold out till the spell is complete! Can't strike fast.
sudden shift. The brain is weakening, its grasp of itself slipping. This is your chance. Even bound, its will is stronger than anything you've ever felt. The chains shake, threatening to break at any moment.
Its will is weakening.
to work.
Its will is weakening. We have the upper hand. Time to end this!
do. Kill the goddamn thing.
Hopes, nightmares, and the screams of legions upon legions of unborn lipids. The pain rips through you, obliterating all thought, all feeling. Silence. For the first time in a long time, your thoughts are entirely your own. And then, gravity. Everything you did, everything you sacrificed, it was worth it. For this.
Hells. I'm lucky I learned to swim when I did.
My powers, they're draining. Just like Mazora said they would. A small price to pay in the grand scheme of things.
I should feel relieved, yet my blood still simmers. The parasite, it's withered, dead along with the netherbrain. I am cleansed. I will never be a filthy geich. Only mild offense intended, of course. You did the unthinkable, and I'm grateful for it. You are geich. By all accounts, I should hate the very sight of you. But I know the heart that beats within. It belongs to a warrior.
I will ensure that all Githyanki know your name and your sacrifice. What you have done today will start a fire that rages across the astral plane. With their lost prince returned, my people will burn away Vlaakith's corruption. And it is all thanks to you, the Illithid who defied a netherbrain. As you wish, my savior. My people are leaving, and I must leave with them. Come, Lae'zel. We will free the Githyanki and dismantle the Empire. Let them be imprisoned no longer.
Then I must go with the prince. I will never be free while my people are still bound by Vlaakith's chains. Your will is strong, Rastil. Your name will be etched in our slates. You will be called Mlagir, Liberator. Orpheus, I am ready.
Culas! Cuthas! Farewell, Gestil, my liberator.
With the Githyanki gone, there's nothing left but the silence of the city, smoldering, waiting to be rebuilt. You are a mind flayer, the very thing you sought to eradicate. Whatever self you possess is quickly ebbing away. Your friends and enemies alike are ripe for manipulation. And if not manipulation, then consumption. Soon you will not be able to trust yourself at all. You will be a monstrosity beyond redemption. Or not. Perhaps you are unique among Illithid kind. Perhaps you will retain enough of who you are to resist your nature. A rogue mind flayer. Like the Emperor, the risk is certainly yours to take. Will you? Your fate will be what you make of it. Now you are your own master. But it seems that Gale's mind is elsewhere.
I can see the cogs moving behind your eyes, Gale. What's on your mind?
The crown. It's somewhere in the Giontha. If I salvage the stones, I can reforge it. With the crown in my hands, I would be unstoppable. The casts I weave would be mine to command. I would be more than the greatest wizard who ever lived. I would be a god. Want, need, deserve. Choose whatever word you prefer. But it is what I'm going to do. Mystra has dictated the terms of my potential for long enough. The crown would grant me control of my own destiny at last. Think of all I could achieve. All that I could grant to those whose ambitions are restrained by Mystra's yoke. I could raise a new Netherrealm, right here in Faerun. I thought you were wise enough to recognize that I am not the man I once was. It seems that we've come to an impasse. I stand on the threshold of divine ascension, and you would try to keep me grounded. It's not your fault. I can hardly expect you to understand. But nor will I relinquish this chance because you're unwilling to imagine a world where I succeed. Ah, I will never forget you. That much I promise. And if one day you feel differently, I would be honored to have you as my chosen.
Once Gale tasted of godhood, he was always bound to fill himself full. May he be wiser than he is cocksure, for his own sake. After all, Mystra's not about to welcome him to the Pantheon with open arms. For now, though, let us leave Gale to his future and turn to our own. So, what now? I don't know about you, but I could use a flagon or 3 of ale.
The Underdark. I've had my fill of lurking in the...
There was always going to be a moment when your sacrifice caught up with you. A threshold beyond which you are a mind flayer after all. You will have the rest of your... Meanwhile, your allies have rather...
Lest we forget, there are still graves to dig. Injured to... They carved our course. Honor them with each and every step.
We did it, soldier. The city's going to be all right. And so are you. Engine's finally cooked. Held on just long enough. So, how'd I do? So are you. My friend. My companion. I adore you. Careful! Hot! I never gave up. I did my best. I did my best. It's the one thing I can't beat, isn't it? I wanted to live in my city with my friends. But life is for the living. And I saw...
I won't allow this. Karlak, you're coming with me. Back to Avernus. We can't let her die. Not like this. Not now.
You can't.
So, what do you say? Die here now, or live on with the blade of Avernus at your side. Zariel won't touch you. I swear it, Karlak.
Fine. I'll go. Well, with you. But we have to go. Now. I can't hang on much longer.
It's over. And it's all because of you. You, who were destined to become a thrall. Thanks to you, there will be no Illithid Empire, no Death God's tyranny. You have earned your place amongst the legends of the Sword Coast. You are the saviors of Baldur's Gate.
Last night was an experience. But I don't think you've changed quite as much as some might think. I'd recognize that vigor anywhere. It sounds like the city's trying to get back on its feet already. Normal life is returning. Which means things are about to become decidedly more difficult for you. Perhaps you could wear a mask. Say you're a leper, or have taken religious vows to conceal your face. No. And I wouldn't ask you to, in truth. You're living proof of the sacrifice you made. But I fear others may not see it that way. After what this city's been through, people will scarcely tolerate cuttlefish at the fishmonger's stall, never mind a full-blown mind flayer in their midst. Do you know what this means? You deserve to be vaunted, adored. Statues in your image should stand on every square, a whole generation of all those people you saved. Most of them will never know what you did. But I need to get you out of here. It was difficult enough smuggling you in here covered in cloaks. It'll only get worse as normalcy returns. I can't. At least, not right now. I'm sorry. After everything that happened with my parents, with Shah, I need time to myself. Time to find myself. You need to take care of yourself. Keep out of danger. Perhaps there is some way, such a thing must exist, surely. So I refuse.
Well, soldier, here we are. It worked. I shouldn't have let you come here. It's gods. Like clockwork. They'll be on us soon, but there's just enough time. Thought I was done with these. But then, there was you. Imps are fast, but careless. Don't let them tire you out, just get rid of them. Don't... You asked for this. Better let these fuckers know I'm back. And this time, I'm not alone.
Since the Netherbrain fell, you have continued to evolve. Thought is action. Action is thought. Speech is difficult. Your mind has voyaged to the limits of existence, communing with entities unique and wondrous. But something always calls it back. Back to Faerun. Back to yourself. Back to the beginning. The time before you became what you are. When your tadpole first sang in your mind, you are back there once again when a voice comes to you. Withers, who you know so well. It is time, he says, to meet with your allies once again. You dream of them often, and now you will see if your dreams have become their reality.
Thou wert called here, some from above, some below. For with thine bond, together thou hast kept the wheel of fate spinning when it threatened to halt. though thou wert drawn far apart in the months after the collapse of the Absolute. Tonight, fate renews thy bond once more. Thou shouldst take care to preserve it. It is a great weapon, wielded in the hand of good. Go. Know one another once more.
A familiar sight. Scratch can't quite speak around the thing he has in his mouth.
So am I. I've got a nice home in the city now. A girl named Mindy says I'm her best friend. She's mine too. I missed your smell, but this thing I found had you all over it. I brought it for you, and I thought perhaps you'd like to throw it? I certainly have, and I always will. Forever, I think. And so will you. You know best. But a little fetch never hurt anyone. As far as...
There you are, my friend. Breathe deep. Can you smell it?
You take in every scent the night breeze carries. Sweet honeysuckle, tender violets, and an earth...
Forest trees draped in moss. Bittersweet, smoky, and a far cry from the rancid Avernus heat that... I swear, Karlach and I have felled enough Cambions to build a... Who'd have thought that just one of those fiends held the key to escaping Avernus for good? One of them sported a map and some blueprints. If you want all the gory details, Karlach can fill you in. I think the splinters I made out of the last bone devil I saw speak for themselves. Not to pat myself too hard on the back, but I'm not such a bad ranger if I do say so myself. I've seen him more than a few times. He's leading the city's renewal, opened the gates to all newcomers, and he's back in his element. The likes of Gortash can bend people's minds with a few. Bane's chosen primed the fist for a war they weren't meant to win. He convinced them there was an assassin hiding, with a few exceptions. Fathers pardoned every last fist. If my he still believes in the bow and the blade. Valor is found not in the wood. May they all take it to heart. I've missed you too. The rush of battles we fought, the heart-to-hearts, the nights around the fire. If I had to do it all over again, and I'd rather not, to be clear. I can't imagine not having... Well, or wasting any of the wine for that matter. I plan on downing half a bottle myself.
Oh, shit. Oh, my God! Soldier! Oh, I've missed you, man. Like, I've really missed you. And you're so tentacly. You can't miss it. Haven't seen any mind flayers anywhere in Avernus, I must say. Never thought I'd miss them. But having Will around has been incredible. Fucker's even better at killing devils than yours truly. We don't have much time to chat, but just know... Oh, but hey, Cambion dropped a map with directions and blueprints for Zariel's own private fort. Our current plan is to get in, grab a smith, and force him to fix old Rusty. Or maybe give me a brand new model. You haven't seen the last of old Karlach yet, soldier. Trying not to count my owlbears before they've hatched. But can I look you up when I'm out? Hey, that would be kind of fun, though. High stakes hide and seek. On it, gods, is it good to see you again. To be here. This won't be the last time.
A most... For 2 months, Orpheus trained me in the ways of the comet. For 2 more, I skewered Kithraki bellies. And for... I never imagined we'd be standing toe-to-toe on this day. Nothing but allies, I always told myself. A necessary partner. Seeing you brings me even more pleasure than taking a Royal Inquisitor's head. It's nice to hear. It has taken all of Orpheus's efforts to conjure my projection, and all of mine to worth it, I'd say. I miss this place. This... Fey Run. Shractalor. I wouldn't expect you to. The capital city of the Githzerai. An exiled people, once kin with mine, and... Algish sent word of the rebellion to their god king Zareth. It's fallen to me to secure an alliance. I was as surprised as any. My blade is keen as ever. But it was you who showed me that a proper victory... Sometimes, a sincere plea. Minyara Gith is an ascetic. He reached out in good faith. And if he refuses... I carry on. I am a warrior of the comet. I will not rest until I burn Vlaakith's but my people will... But you've heard that refrain before. Zealous, bossy, and soon. When the comet has risen, I miss this place. More to the point, I miss you. I wouldn't even deny it with Vlaakith. Now go. Ming. I'll be back one day. The Overgod himself couldn't keep... So it has. And a fine man the hatchling will be. He is with the mages of Zambar-Dim. I trust his... Zan's destiny will be his own to follow. Warrior. No chains to bind us. No lies to bury us. Liberty will be...
Beautiful night. I wish it could last forever.
Oh, hello. Let me guess, you've got some suggestions about the music choice. You have no idea who I am, do you? I thought Withers might have set the stage a little. Milil. Though if the lack of song prayers is anything to go by...
Musical prayers were once offered to Milil, Lord of Song, a minor deity whose worship faded.
I'm washed up, I'm afraid. You. Finally! The scribe picks an adventurer of substance, of culture! Your wish is my... etc. What song do you want? Fantastic,
My dear friend, it's been an... Our skeletal friend will be very pleased to see I found my way here, despite my invitation getting lost in the post. Busy as ever. Better that than the reverse, wouldn't you say? Every mate... I've gotten quite good at replicating your signature, so you needn't even bother with the release form. You might help me with the title, though. I'm considering The Hero and Me. What do you think? Oh, terribly sorry, but you mistake me, my friend. I'm only perhaps, once the manuscript is finished, your success really... But you mustn't let me hog your attention all night, my friend. You've meant...
Aha! There you are, my Goodness. Was Faerun always so... Still, at least the company was worth the trip. If not the view. I'm afraid time works quite differently in Elysium. I didn't realize how long I'd been gone until I received Wither's son. I imagine you're wondering how all this came to be. The finer points of divine ascension are beyond mortal comprehension. First, I retrieved the crown of Karsus and reforged it. As you know, the orb within me was the half-formed Karsite Weaver. Magic, I finished it. Using the crown of Karsus, I turned it into a new form of magic. As expected, Mystra was unwilling to hand over the reins of the weave, so... I've claimed dominion over another area which I've... passing familiarity. Ambition. I offer them nothing. Great as the heights I've reached thus far may be, I've not forgotten my humble... Those drawn to the Galarian creator merely seek my guidance as the impressive all... Ambition is about beginnings. It's not just about the... I was nothing. A drifting dust mote of a wizard, abandoned by my goddess, my power... Proof their hopes are not barren wastes, but the loamy soil in which their future achievements will flourish. Proof that with ambition, anything is possible. Precisely. Though that isn't to say I'm averse to the odd bit of a whisper in the ear of a struggling artisan, a breeze to flutter the pages of a tome before a frustrated mage. A magical... I am ambition incarnate. As indistinguishable from that most... There are already several shrines in my honor scattered across the out... This is only the beginning. I believed in you for so much of our journey. I suppose it was foolish to expect a mortal to understand.
Starting to wonder if you'd show up. In all likelihood, it will be. But... Oh, come here, will you? Feel a little more substantial than before. Less camping and scrounging off the land, I take it. I suppose I do, don't I? I'm glad you seem well. Truly. Wandering, mostly. The adventuring life is almost a tonic when you're not constantly threatened by brain monsters and cultists. I can finally see the world beyond the cloister. One of my first stops was the House of the Moon in Waterdeep. It seemed like the perfect spot to reflect on my parents. Hard to imagine, isn't it? Me, of all people, in the lair of the Moon Witch herself. God, your truest act of heroism was putting up with all that char and drivel I was spouting for so long. Oh, I know they are. I can still sense them, I think. Well, I've had run-ins with my former fellow Sharans on a couple of occasions. Word seems to have spread of what happened at the cloister. Now, other chap, don't worry. I know their tired old tricks better than anyone. They'll need more than a hooded cloak and poison blade to best me. Especially when I have a friend on the inside keeping me abreast of their none other. The matter of her faith and allegiances remain. I have hopes that perhaps she might turn from Shah entirely given time. But must I? You presume a great deal. I'm joking. Of course I want to know. Tell me all. As am I. It's well deserved. Hopefully these meetups will become a regular occurrence. It's not that I miss the tadpoles, but at least it brought us together. Now we've got to make the extra effort ourselves. I'm sure we will, but let's be proactive. After all, we've faced down bigger threats than wrangling together a few social Don't be a stranger.
All this stimulating conversation leaves you hungry. To speak is not enough. You wish to think of Shadowheart's cerebellum, which controls her dexterous hands. Any ritual caster must have a tightly commanded hindbrain. This is highly illogical. There are plenty of other and besides, this brain before you, it is a wonderful...
This one night is like any other. Thou art the savior of Baldur's Gate. Until such time it requires saving again. How dost thou feel? What indeed? The balance of the world restored. The balance of these lives, mortal and otherwise, brought to account. Hear me, thou heroes, wastrels, friends. I have waited long to tell you these words. It is over. For now. Thou played thy part in weaving the fabric of fate itself, but for every thread you sewed, so did the gods unravel another. Sleep, rest, revel, but be ready, for thou mayst yet be needed. Until we meet again, I wish thee every possible fortune, health, wealth, love, and above all, problems worth solving. There thou art, the dead three. Thy face is gods, thy actions barely worthy of the name. Didst truly believe thy ploy would succeed? Didst believe I would not notice? Thou soughtst to bolster thy strength by taking away the souls of mortals. But souls vanish when their hosts become mind flayers. Didst think the other gods would not notice? Gods thou may be, yet thou hast proven thyself fools, everyone. The supplication of Bane, the whimper of Baal, the death mule of Merkel. Felled by mortals, I overestimated thee. They did not. Vermin, away. Thou wilt trouble us no more.